In the world of football, there are moments that defy belief, moments so extraordinary that they become etched in the annals of history. Today, we embark on a journey through some of these one-in-a-trillion football moments, where magic happened and the impossible became reality. Let's kick it off with an iconic moment: Zinedine Zidane's mind-blowing volley in the 2002 Champions League final. Picture this: a ball falling from the sky, and Zidane, with laser focus, smashes it with his weaker left foot, sending it like a missile into the top corner. A strike so perfect, so impossible, it felt like time stopped. That's the magic of football right there. But if we're talking about the impossible, nothing comes close to Istanbul 2005. Liverpool down 3-0 at halftime against a fearsome AC Milan. Fans were heartbroken, the game seemed over. And then, magic. 3 goals in 6 minutes, and suddenly the comeback was alive. Penalties sealed it, and that night became the stuff of legend, the miracle of Istanbul. How do you top that? How about Leicester City's fairytale in 2016? This was David versus Goliath. Except David didn't just win, he dominated the giants of the Premier League. At 5,000 to 1 odds, Leicester went from relegation survivors to Premier League champions. No one saw it coming, not even their fans. But that's what makes it a one-in-a-trillion story. Now, let's jump to Lisbon, 2014. Sergio Ramos, the king of last-minute heroics. The Champions League final. Atletico Madrid was seconds away from victory, but in the 93rd minute, bam! Ramos's unstoppable header pierces the net and sends Real Madrid to extra time. Real went on to win 4-1. This was no ordinary comeback. This was pure, heart-stopping drama. But football isn't just about moments of beauty. Sometimes it's a little mischievous. Enter Diego Maradona's infamous Hand of God goal in the 1986 World Cup. England, completely stunned as Maradona cheekily punches the ball into the net with his hand, fooling the referees. The world still debates it, but in that moment, Maradona became a football demigod. Speaking of demigods, Cristiano Ronaldo, 2018, Champions League quarter-final, up against Juventus. What does Ronaldo do? He defies gravity. A bicycle kick so perfect that even Juventus fans couldn't help but applaud. That goal was art, executed with precision that only Ronaldo can deliver. Pure, unfiltered football magic. Now, let's talk about giant slaying. World Cup 2018. Germany, the reigning champions, faced South Korea. The world expected a walk in the park, but South Korea had other plans. They stunned Germany with a 2-0 victory, sending the champs crashing out of the tournament. It was one of the most shocking exits in World Cup history, proof that in football, anything is possible. And who can forget that moment in 2012? Manchester City, in their final game of the season, are tied with QPR. It's stoppage time. The title is slipping away, until Sergio Agueroooo bursts through the defense and smashes the ball into the back of the net in the 94th minute. Fans lose their minds. City wins their first Premier League title in 44 years. The drama, the passion, it was football at its absolute best. Now, if you thought that was wild, buckle up for Barcelona's incredible comeback against PSG in 2017. After a crushing 4-0 loss in the first leg, Barcelona needed a miracle. They delivered, winning 6-1 in the second leg, completing the greatest comeback in Champions League history. This wasn't just football, it was a Hollywood script playing out in real life. And finally, let's end with a touch of Brazilian brilliance. Ronaldinho, against Chelsea in 2005. He had no right to score. Surrounded by defenders, from outside the box, he toe pokes the ball with no backlift, sending it past Peter Cech. The sheer audacity. That was Ronaldinho at his best, making the impossible look effortless. It's the 2009 Champions League semi-final, Barcelona versus Chelsea. Stamford Bridge is roaring, and it looks like Chelsea is heading to the final, until the 93rd minute. Andres Iniesta, with ice in his veins, delivers an unstoppable rocket from outside the box that sends Barcelona to the final. Chelsea was left stunned, and that strike became etched in football history. Boom, just like that, the game was flipped on its head. 2014 World Cup, Brazil, the host nation, the 5-time champions, are facing Germany in the semi-finals. The stage is set for glory. But what unfolded was unthinkable. Within 29 minutes, Brazil found themselves 5-0 down. The entire world watched in disbelief as Germany demolished Brazil 7-1 in what became one of the most shocking World Cup matches ever. A nation heartbroken, a legacy crushed. October 2001, England's World Cup qualification, hopes hang by a thread. Enter David Beckham, the captain with the weight of a nation on his shoulders. With seconds left, England needs a goal against Greece to qualify. Beckham steps up for the free kick, and bang! He curls it into the top corner. England is through, and Beckham's legacy as a footballing icon is sealed. That kick wasn't just a goal, it was destiny. We've already mentioned that Sergio Agueroooo moment in 2012, but to truly appreciate its epicness, let's relive it for a second. Manchester United fans were celebrating, thinking the title was theirs. Then, in the dying seconds, Agueroooo took the ball, weaved through defenders, and unleashed the shot that sent City fans into absolute madness. The Premier League's most dramatic finish, and one we'll never forget. How do you make your debut on the international stage unforgettable? Just ask Zlatan Ibrahimovic. In 2012, playing against England, Zlatan shocked the world with a 30-yard bicycle kick. The ball soared over the goalkeeper and into the net, a goal so outrageous that even the English fans had to stand up and applaud. That's peak Zlatan, doing the impossible with ease. The 2018 World Cup brought us one of the most electric matches in recent memory, France versus Argentina. It was a clash of titans, Messi versus Mbappe, and boy did it deliver. Mbappe's explosive pace tore Argentina apart as France won 4-3 in a game filled with unstoppable strikes, breathtaking moments, and a changing of the guard, the birth of a new football superstar. Only a few players have the honor of receiving a standing ovation from rival fans. But in 2005, at the Santiago Bernabeu, Ronaldinho played with such dazzling flair against Real Madrid that even the fierce home crowd couldn't help but applaud. Dribbling past defenders like they weren't even there, he scored twice and left the world in awe. That day, Ronaldinho became football's magician. 1982, World Cup, Italy versus Brazil. The stakes couldn't be higher, and Brazil were the favourites to win it all. But Paolo Rossi had other ideas. He delivered a stunning hat-trick, sending the mighty Brazilians crashing out of the tournament. Rossi's performance wasn't just heroic, it was legendary. Italy went on to lift the trophy, and Rossi's name entered football immortality. And finally, a goalkeeper scoring a last-minute header to keep his team's dreams alive. It sounds like fiction, but in 2021, Alisson Becker did exactly that. With Liverpool desperate for a Champions League spot, in the dying seconds of the game, Alisson ran up the field for a corner. The cross came in, and with a striker's instinct, he headed the ball into the back of the net. Liverpool was back in the race, and Alisson became a hero. Some goals defy the laws of physics, and Roberto Carlos's 1997 free kick against France is one of them. From 35 yards out, Carlos unleashed a shot with so much curve that it seemed to take on a life of its own. The ball bent around the wall and into the net, leaving everyone, including the scientists, scratching their heads. Imagine a football nation no one gave a chance to. But then they defied every odd imaginable. Greece, in Euro 2004, stunned the world. With disciplined defense and precision strikes, they knocked out giants like France, Czech Republic, and then Portugal in the final. Greece, a team of underdogs, lifted the trophy, proving once again that football's greatest storylines are written by the least likely heroes. Derby Day in Manchester, 2011, Manchester United versus Manchester City. The game is tight, and then, out of nowhere, Wayne Rooney does the unthinkable. A perfect cross floats in, and Rooney launches himself into the air, executing a bicycle kick that will forever be burned into football history. The ball smashed into the top corner, and Old Trafford erupted. It wasn't just a goal, it was an iconic moment that symbolised the fierce rivalry of the Manchester derby.